Hi everyone, my name is Kaylie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay everybody, so it is currently 9:51 in the morning. I'm super tired, but I didn't film this video yesterday, which was Saturday, because I'm a terrible person. That's why. No, I'm kidding. It's just been a super long past couple of weeks. We're moving to Florida. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Also, I will be announcing the giveaway winners at the end of this video, so stay tuned till the end if you want to see, or if you want to skip to the end, come back maybe. But without further ado, let me bring you guys up close. There we go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's like dark in here because I don't have my ring light on. And I'm like procrastinating on putting it on because of how bright this freaking light is. Okay. It's time to turn it on. Okay, I'm not ready for this. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm going to do my quick little rundown real quick for most of the video. I will be looking in this direction because my mirror's over here and I would like to see what I'm doing. I do tell these story times in a first person point of view, so if you don't like that, then you can leave. And these story times are sent in by anonymous people. By the way, I did try to film this video yesterday and like I just had like the worst migraine and stuff, so I did try, if you were wondering. Okay, so story time about my best friend's manipulative boyfriend. Period. Okay, sis. So a little background information. I was 18 years old and I was a senior in high school. And every year for spring break, the senior class would go on a trip. Now, not everybody would go on this trip. It was more of the social kids who were the ones who pushed for it the most. And the best part about this trip was there were no parents, nobody to supervise. So that pretty much meant no rules and we could do whatever the fuck we wanted. So period, we love that for us. Not to mention every year this trip is wild as fuck, okay? Like the one time the class of 2017 had 11 out of the 22 people that went on this trip arrested. Oh, and not to mention the hotel that they stayed at, there was over $12,000 in damages. Yeah. Well, this time our class decided to do the smart thing, which was rent out a whole motel for every single person, or rent out one motel that had enough rooms for all of us, so that way we wouldn't have any randos staying in the room next to us or anything like that, and we could pretty much do whatever we wanted without disturbing the peace. So that being said, I'm super excited to go on this vacation, especially because all of my girls were coming. And when I say all of my girls, I mean Janice. She low-key has borderline personality disorder, so it's like having a 12-in-1 bestie, depending on the day. Also, this is my first trip without my parents, so I'm super freaking nervous, right? Like, I am terrified low-key, because I know that if anything goes wrong when my parents are with me, I don't have to worry, because they'll just pay for it and they'll fix it. Wow. Then again, I can't have them see me blacking out and acting like a thought, so I guess it's better they don't come. So fast forward, we finally get to our destination and the sun was setting, so you know what that means. It is time to get ready to party. So I go to the gas station with a few of the guys to stock up on drinks. And after that, we all head to the beach and we get a fire started. And from there, everybody was getting hammered and having a great time. Okay, now fast forward, it's the end of the night. By 3 a.m., everybody is back at the motel getting ready for the next day. The next day, I have shopping plans with Janice, so I am super excited, because Janice and I have never like been on a vacation like this, you know? Anyway, so like I said, I had plans to go shopping with Janice. We were gonna do mid-afternoon drinking also, but she said she didn't feel good. Now, I didn't find that suspicious at first. I was like, okay, maybe she drank too much the night before. That's fine, you know, we'll go out tomorrow. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, I feel like, you know? So I went shopping with a few of the other girls that I was friends with. Well, after I was done shopping, I came back to the motel, and who do I find at our motel? Janice's long distance boyfriend that she met on Tinder, who was supposedly a junior in college. Now this was definitely a little weird to me because This was our senior trip, not the bring your boyfriend from Tinder who you met 2 weeks ago on senior trip. No, that wasn't what it was. So now this bitch was definitely pissing me off. Like, this is the time for Janice and I to make mistakes, have fun, get drunk, and then laugh about it all later in life when we're old and boring. But nope, she has to ruin it. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm very upset and frustrated with her right now. Like, this girl really had the audacity to invite her Tinder boyfriend, a guy that she's known for 2 weeks, versus me. Whatever. Like, this girl will really leave her best friend of 8 years for some dick that she hasn't even test drove yet. Whatever. I would say the worst part about their relationship is that she would always tell me how she thinks he's cheating on her and shit like that. And you know, I get that some people are different in relationships than others, but like, if I were in her shoes, he would have been dumped already. I'm sorry. No. Like, she'll literally get girls DMing her on Instagram saying, hey, like, come get your mans, because her man will be in somebody else's DM. Like, girl, it's embarrassing. And I swear to God, I swear, every time that she confronts him about it, he'll be like, babe, someone must have hacked my phone. Like, babe, I don't know, like, who that even is. Like, that must have been one of my friends on my Instagram. This and that. And I'm just like, bro. But she believed them. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we've seen people go through this shit. So the fact that she's thinking these aren't red flags and that he's actually telling the truth, like, okay, sweetie. Like, she just had no backbone when it came to him, and it was honestly very embarrassing. And anytime that I would say shit about it, she would go off on me and be like, don't disrespect my boyfriend.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I don't disrespect any of the guys that you talk to, And I'm like, girl, because I've never given you a reason to fucking disrespect any of them. Like, I don't air my shit out. Even if they are cheating on me, I don't air that shit out. The fuck? So then I tell her, I'm like, all right, well, if your boyfriend has to stay with us, then I want you to still come out with me tonight. And she's like, okay, yeah, that's fine, So then she gets on her sundress and sandals and is about to walk out the door. And I'm like, excuse me, I meant come out with me and party. I did not mean whatever hoe popped out of nowhere and just decided that she was gonna be like fucking housewife. No, you're gonna come out, you're gonna drink with me, you're gonna black out, and we're gonna go throw up in the fucking ocean. Like, the fuck? So then she finally agrees to come to this one party with me that was being thrown by one of the locals, who was super hot, by the way. She did decide to bring her boyfriend. If I'm being honest, it wasn't too bad. Like, as much as I want to be like, I fucking hate him, like, it wasn't too bad, you know. He wasn't like being overprotective of her or anything, because he was flirting with other bitches. But I got to have fun with my best friend, so that was good. So after the party, we all get home, and tell me why the next day I get a really weird vibe from Janice's boyfriend. Her fucking gross, terrible boyfriend. It's really hard to explain, but do you know when you feel like somebody is watching you? Like, you just feel like their eyes like burning through your soul, and you're like, yeah, that's how I felt. It felt like I would catch him looking me up and down 24/7, like, but then again, I feel like he was looking at every girl like that because he was literally checking out every single fucking girl who came on this trip. Like, I'm getting very much pedo vibes. You're like 23, not to mention Janice is 17, and half of the other girls who are also there, because half of them haven't even turned 18 yet. So yeah. Well, later, I don't even know if he was like just doing this to, you know, play nice guy for a little bit, but he offered to take Janice and I out to dinner. Meanwhile, I was like hoping that he knew this was not going to change my opinion of him at all. But you know what? I say fine, whatever. He can take us out to eat. I'll come. Whatevs. Well, dinner was great. We had an amazing meal, but well, again, I got a weird feeling because I am not your usual dumb bitch. Red flag alerts were definitely going off in my head. So tell me why Janice went to the bathroom, right? I'm sitting there, I'm on my phone, I had just finished my dessert, everything like that, you know, and Janice's boyfriend says dessert was great, but I bet you taste better, and I'm like, ugh. What the fuck?
Child. Anyway, so.
Yeah. Janice, you need to come get your man, girl. Anyways, at this point, I'm thinking that, like, I am fucking psychic, okay? Like, I have some special gift from God because I saw this coming. Yeah. And I'm not even trying to be one of those bitches where I was like, oh my god, I knew that he liked me, da-da-da. No, like, I knew. And I tried telling Janice, this is how he is. Not to me, but to, like, everybody. So now I'm thinking that I have to tell Janice. But I waited until we got back to the hotel because I was not about to cause a scene there. And when we got back to the hotel, and I asked her if she wanted to go smoke, she said yes. So, I'm not gonna lie, I was shook at her response because I thought she was gonna be like, oh, like, this is your fault, bitch, like, you're gross, I'm telling everybody that you're a whore, this and that. But no, actually, I guess that city girl Janice decided to pay me a visit because she said, okay, I'm gonna go talk to him and I'm just gonna kick him to the curb at this point. She was like, I'm done with this bullshit. And I'm like, who is this? Like, where did you come from? Where? So she goes inside, right? I was right the whole time. Because before, I was like hyping her up. I was like, period, go sis. Like, you don't need him. Fucking kick his ass to the curb, da-da-da. She comes outside with my suitcase and fucking throws it out the door. And she was like, you fucking whore. Stay away from my boyfriend and I. And I'm like, I'm actually genuinely so confused at this point. Yeah, at this point, I feel like I want to bang my head off of a fucking wall. Because like I said, I knew this was going to happen. And I should have just trusted my gut. But thankfully, the girl next door and we had math together in school, so she let me stay in her room. Her and I were kind of close, which was nice because she's some person that I could at least have fun with while I was on this fucking trip. But funny thing though, since I was literally right next door to them, I could literally hear through their room, yeah, she's such a slut, like, oh my god, she's a whore, she's fake, she's this, she's that, and I'm like, wow, okay, whatever. So after sitting there for 30 minutes listening to them talk shit on me, I decided there was only one logical thing to do at this point, okay? So I snuck into the room at 12:30 when I heard Janice get in the shower. Well, I didn't really sneak in there, you know. And when I walked in, her boyfriend was like, hey, what are you doing in here? And I was like, I just forgot some of my stuff, you know, lies, 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 lies. And then I just like say out of nowhere, and to think I was gonna let you hit. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I could tell you were giving me the signals the whole time, but you want to go and fuck it up. So then he started to apologize and stuff like that, right? Okay. We're getting somewhere. And I was like about to walk out of the room and he was like, I'm so sorry, please, please, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, well, maybe we could still do something, but I don't know if I can trust you now. So I'm playing this game, right? I find him fucking revolting. Okay, that is exactly how I feel about him. But this is pretty much all just to get back at fucking Janice. So I told him that I had to go to my room first to get a condom because I know sure as hell that him and Janice did not use condoms because she probably wanted to get pregnant by his love child. Ew. But in reality, when I go over to my room, I grab my phone. And before I take it over, I start recording. And the first thing that I say is, Janice, you should have listened to me. I didn't want to have to do this, girl. And then, okay, I took my phone over there. I get undressed while she's in the shower. And he's like, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm gonna go down to the beach and drink with the boys for a little bit. You know, I should be back up in a little. Lies, 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 lies. And then when he comes out, I'm naked on the bed. But while he was in like the bathroom talking to Janice, I went and I set up my phone in between the window like curtains so that way I could record. It lasted about 2 minutes though, not gonna lie. So after I hurry back up to Ella's room, Ella is the girl that I'm friends with in my math class who let me stay in her room, and I show her the video. Now, the one day that Janice blew me off when her boyfriend first came in, I went out to eat and stuff with Ella and a few of the other girls. Well, we all had a group chat too. So I sent it into the group chat because when we were all out that one day, we were talking shit on him, saying how much of a piece of shit he was and stuff like that, you know. So I sent the video into the group chat and I'm like, if he's as loyal as she said, why did this happen? Huh? Like, why did he fuck me?
Why the fuck would that happen? It's a croissant.
So the next day we all go to the beach. Janice still doesn't know what happened. You want to know why she doesn't know what happened? Because the bitches that I hang out with are actually fucking loyal, unlike that bitch. So later that night, her boyfriend adds me on Snapchat, right? Okay. And he asked if I want to go have lunch with him. And I'm like, girl, no. Like, but then I think I can use this to my advantage. So what I do is I take Ella's phone and I go and I record the conversation, and I go and I hold on his username so that way, you know, Janice couldn't be like, you liar, you photoshopped those text messages, oh my god. Like, no. So I made sure I had that as evidence or whatever. So anyways, we go to lunch, right? Now, I didn't even have to do anything, to be honest, because he dead ass took a picture on his phone of me with my drink, and I thought it was just a joke. So, you know, I post all cute, and he posted to his Instagram story. Yeah. So now I'm like, oh fuck, Janice is about to fucking cause World War III in this bitch. Because Janice stalks his fucking social media. I'm not even joking. Especially when they're not together, because she likes to know what he's fucking doing every second of every minute. Like, she used to FaceTime him. When they first started dating, he was actually like in love with her, supposedly, right? I get you have a long distance relationship, but she would FaceTime him while he was in school, while he was at a party. Like, girl, what the fuck? The obsession is real and terrifying and unhealthy. So I look at him and I'm like, you know Janice is probably gonna like rip your balls off, right? And he's like, I don't care, I've been having fun with you, da-da-da, and I think I have feelings for you. On that note, I'm gonna go off myself. Because as far as I was concerned, you were irrelevant, invisible, and non-existent to me. But anyways, then I get a text from Ella saying, you need to get here now, Janice is freaking the fuck out. Showtime, bitches. So after that, you know, I'm like, oh, well, you know, we better get back, hurry up. When we get back, Janice is literally screaming, crying, you know, the whole 9 yards. And everybody is standing around her, but whenever her man and I pull up, the circle opens, it's like a fucking movie. And she looks at me and she's like running and she's about to fucking jump on me and punch me, and her boyfriend goes and scoops her out of the way and carries her back into the fucking motel room, and I'm like, y'all bitches are crazy. Like, what the fuck? It's like shark season out here. So then I get a text from her later on that night asking if we can go out to eat because, you know, she feels bad about trying to attack me today and stuff like that. And then when we go out to eat, she's like, yeah, no. He told me that, you know, I have been a little bit too overprotective and he should be allowed to have girlfriends, this, that, and the next. And I'm like, girl, we did a little bit more than friend things that night. So I decide not to be a fake ass bitch. And I go and I go on my phone. I pull up the video and I slide it across the table for her to look at. And she looks at the phone and looks at me and I'm like, just watch it. And she watches the whole 7-minute video. Like, that is terrible. But anyways, yeah, she she watched the whole fucking video and she turns it off, turns it around and slides it back to me and looks at me and says, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm literally gonna get violent.
Grabs her knife and tries to run at me, and then the fucking so I'm screaming at this point and they're coming over. They grab this bitch, they walk her away. as they should, because she's fucking insane, clinically insane. So while they're dealing with her, I call Janice's parents and I'm telling them what happened. I didn't tell them like what exactly happened, like with me fucking the boyfriend or whatever, because they think I'm an angel and I'm gonna keep it that way just in case we ever become friends again. So I get back to the motel after all that happened, right? Her parents have to come down and get her. And then I tell everybody what happened, and I tell her mans, and he was like, well, yeah, I was thinking about breaking up with her anyways. Maybe like me and you could. And I stop him right fucking there, and I'm like, no. I told him, you better be on a flight back to wherever the fuck you came from today, you little fucking gremlin. I was like, you're lucky that I didn't tell Janice's parents that you're 23 years old with her, aka she's 17. And trust me, her parents will not take that fucking lightly, especially after what all of I just told them. After that, I never heard from him again. Janice never heard from him again. And after a few months, she texted me saying that she missed me. And I'm like, girl, no, we're not doing this. We're not. She said she was sorry for how she acted. And I told her, I said, listen, like, thanks for the apology, but I can't have people like you in my life. And she was like, yeah, but like, I promise it won't ever happen again. And I'm like, I'm not gonna have somebody in my life who's gonna throw me away for the next best thing, or for just some dick. Like, what the fuck? Like, I've been your best friend for 8 years and you're gonna throw me away for someone that you've known for 2 weeks. I don't need people like that in my life. Thank you very much. And all of you should take notes. Don't let a bitch do you like that. Okay, everybody, that is the end of today's story time. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me, maybe hit that subscribe button down below. And if you guys would like to send in your anonymous story time, make sure to click the link in the description. But I think it's time to announce the giveaway winners. So if you guys didn't know, I have been talking about this giveaway in some of my previous videos. I'm giving away a bunch of Foreo products. This isn't sponsored at all, by the way. My phone literally doesn't recognize me without makeup on. That's concerning. Okay, so the first winner of this giveaway is Pretty Little _ Audrey. The next one is Blondie Alert 25. The third winner is Bella Panacci. I hope I said that right. And then Hannah _ C 737. And then the last winner is Maya B West. But yeah, I am super excited to get this shit out of the way because it has been very hard to pack with this box just laying around, because I think it's about a box that's supposed to go with me and it's not. But I will see you guys next week with another video.